I'll save that for later. All right. All right. Good morning. I don't know if you guys can hear, but there's a guy outside laying some seeds in the grass, so might be some background noise. Do need to check. We also need to check. We always got to make sure we're checking these Charles Schwab margin requirements. So I got to make sure I get that. Audio is weird. Is that true? How's that audio, guys? Am I coming in decent? Oh, it's because I didn't click me on here. Gotta click me on. Now we're good to go. All right. We're good. We're good. We're good. Let me get everything set up here. Get all my websites up. Dilution tracker. Click client center. All right. Good morning, Zay, Peter. Good morning, Morgan. What's up? Had a whole lot of nothing this morning. Chad. Good morning. Good morning. Adam James. Made money on XPawn move. Nice, nice. Trap Trader. Good morning, Brian. Good morning. No froth yet today. We'll get some froth, I'm sure. GM. Hi, brother. What's going on? Drew. Good morning. Morgan. Audio. Yeah, we got that fixed there. Baja. Good morning. We're all good. We're all good. I think Tinon top pick pretty open. I can take a look at that. Someone short Triad's audio. Yeah, right. To the depths of the audio. Morgan. All right. Hawk. Good morning. What's up? Up only 25 bucks. So boring. Yeah, a little bit slow morning here so far. I did wake up a little early today. Sat down around maybe 7:15, 7:30. Just kind of enjoying my morning, sipping my coffee, watching some YouTube videos, kind of just watching the market as well. Watching some trading videos. Yeah, and then XPawn kind of pops up here. And I did get a nice trade on it, actually. I did get a nice trade. Not in this area. Right in here. I think it was here, right? It was in my Roth IRA. I was trading my Roth IRA just for pre-markets, just for some kind of small practice trades, but made some decent profits on it. I think it was right. It was either this break or it was this break. I don't remember. It was this one. Yeah, so this break back over this level here, getting in right around like 12:30, 12:50, and riding it, having that discipline to hold. I even added to the position on this pullback here to this level. My stop would be back below the first entry, So taking a little bit, adding to my risk as, it's showing strength. We have this increasing volume coming in here. And selling here after I sold the one portion here, we pulled back, was patient, popped through the level, selling my last portion there at over 14. So very good trades. Yeah, pre-markets, sometimes, you got to work on that longer kind of disciplined hold. As long as the pattern is working, got to let it work, or else it's easy to get chopped out. And if you're trading bid in the ask, pre-market, since there's no market orders, losing on the spread, can add up. So that's really it so far. Pre-market. Good morning, Northdale. James, good morning. Quad witching day. Had in James. My first X-Pawn trade was 9 cents up to 11. Very nice. Looks like a small share size today. Yeah, you never know. I mean, we had one of these days, earlier this week, it was slow. It was very slow. And it turned out to being a crazy hot day. Crazy hot day. I think that was the day on GLMD. Slow pre-market, and then we just had a 500% move all throughout the entire day. So you just never know. So let's go through the gap scan here. Leading gapper here, up 120%. BATL. Battalion Oil, looks like it's a merger agreement, acquisition for $7 per share. So BATL is not going to be one that I will be trading today. So the real leading gapper here is XPON, penny stock, real cheap. Unless I'm printing on something like this, I usually don't like to trade it because I like to stop trading it, if I'm not printing on it, because these commissions, well, not the commissions, the fees will add up. I know if I say commission, someone out there is going to be like, "Oh, I thought Charles Schwab was free commissions. What are you talking about, commissions?" We're talking about the fees. Next stock here is LFLY. So XPawn, what's the news here? We don't have any news on XPawn. The floats, we can take a look at the floats. 55 million share float. But it's a 12-cent stock, so it does kind of offset the larger float. But it would be nice if it was a little bit lower float. This thing could definitely have that chance to go to $1, but I think we could see some action on it. But I don't think it's going to be something that's parabolic, unless it's the only stock that's moving. We do have room up to, like, say 25 cents, 23 cents, which percentage-wise, that's a crazy move. Yeah, from 3 cents or from 5 cents up to 20, 24, 23 is 300% move. So I think it's possible we can make that move up to 25. Do I think it's going to $1? Probably not. It's just too far. And the float's 55 million. Let's make sure that we can trade it. Special maintenance 100%, so we're good to go with that. So XPawn, no news gapper, 55 million share float, decent pre-market charts. It has potential. Next stock here in the gap scan, LFLY. Do we have news? We had news. We didn't have any news. LFLY. Leafly Holdings. Nope, no news. No news that I see. Unless somebody else sees any other news. I don't see any news. Gus Bus in the building. Good morning. What's up? Adam James. No news. Yeah. LFLY. Has potential. It doesn't have any news though. So why are we moving? Why are we moving? And the volume here, not that good. Faded on volume. Got a spike here at 4 a.m. Faded again. Very inconsistent. Now getting another spike in volume. Coming into closer to the open. So maybe it's a good sign. Maybe it's a good sign. 200K to 280K so far on LFLY on these 1 minute candles. So not terrible. What's the float on it? 2.48 million. 2.48 million. So low float, not bad. Pre-market charts, it's not terrible because we're back over VWAP. We're not consolidating to the lows where it's more bearish. So we're back over VWAP, increasing volume. So I can't say it's like terrible, but I'd say it's about a B- chart. A B- chart. Not crazy, but not terrible. There's definitely a chance we can make it back up to 4.4. If this does get more volume at the open, we're talking maybe 1 million per 1 minute candle. But for right now, we want to see this hold, and then at the open start curling up. Next stock, Bonsai. Hold on, wait, make sure LFLY we can trade. LFLY, good to go. We can trade it. BNZI, Bonsai. I guess this is going to be a Chinese ticker. Bonsai, or Japanese, something like that. Those China names sometimes can be volatile. So, do we have news on this? No news. No news on Bonsai International. No news on Bonsai International, but the float. Check out the float. 600K, 640K float. What we know is the past two craziest moves of the week, which are probably the biggest moves of the month. GLMD and PRTZ, or PRTG. PRTG had a 1 million share float. GLMD had a 640K float, or 630K float. BNZI has a 640K float. So it kind of fits that low float criteria where we can potentially see a crazy move. So we topped out there. We topped out at 983. Kind of in this resistance area, this sort of box area. That's where we're going to have some resistance. So I'll put a trend line here. And then from there, interesting. Definitely not clear at all. I'd say maybe in here, around 11. I'd be surprised if we get to 11, but I'd say somewhere in there, maybe. Not very clear, though. I'd say maybe you're in here around 15. I think we have potential for a move back to pre-market highs, just because it's a 600K float. You guys are probably thinking, this thing just sold off from $9 down to $5. This thing probably has no chance to getting to pre-market highs. But we have to adjust our expectations because the float is 600K, 640K. That is what we call like a micro nano float. It's just so small that, even just a few million shares of this could send this into a halt up. And then once shorts get off guard, once shorts are underwater, this thing can start skipping dollars. So it has potential, even though it doesn't have any news. We're up on the low float, but it just comes down to if the shorts are going to get trapped. You know, if this can get back to VWAP and hold VWAP, you know, any short sellers in here, they're going to be sweating bullets. They may be break even or small red on the trade, and they could potentially get squeezed out. So I'll watch this for the move back to VWAP if we do get it. You guys are calling out Tenon. I want to make sure we can trade Bunzai, BNZI. Looks like we can trade it. Tenon. Yeah, you guys like Tenon. I'll take a look at it. I thought I traded this yesterday. Is this 2 days ago? I traded this yesterday, but what the heck? Where's the chart? Is it this day? No, I traded this yesterday. I made like 150 on it. Did the chart change or something? Because I don't remember this. Was it Tenon? I thought so. There was another stock that started with a T yesterday. I feel like I'm tripping right now. Okay, so Tenon, you have news. You said 500K float. So it looks like it's trading higher after company announced issuance of 3 notices of allowance of patent applications. 3 notices of allowance for patent application. Okay, not bad. Tenon, not bad. Looks like we can trade it just fine. Let's verify that float. Make sure it's, yeah, I see the float of 2.89 million. 2.89. Not quite 500K. Did you say 500K? I don't know. Yeah, Tenon 500K float. Yeah, I don't think it's 500K. I see 2.89 million. Decent news catalyst though. But you know, we're fading under VWAP. Maybe we can bounce and reclaim VWAP. I'll keep it on the side chart. The volume leaders today, NBY and XPON. Let's take a look at NBY. This one, it's been turning some volume. Trading higher to company announced to reach a definitive deal to sell its Avanova assets for $9.5 million. So it looks like selling part of its company for $9.5 million. Not terrible, but let's see. We're gonna want to see this back over $1. 489 million share float, or 4.89. Sorry, 4.89 million share float. So you know, float's good. Can we trade it? Yes, we can trade it. Daily chart. We got about 7 minutes left. As you guys are tuning into your own trading, make sure you drop that like on the way out. Subscribe if you're new. So a nice bounce here, bottom bounce. We're getting in some territory where we have a little resistance because we have this nice little gap here, overnight gap. Have a little higher volume here, 1.8. So if we get back over, this one's lower volume, 858K. If we get back over $1, we probably have room to maybe like the lower end of this candle at 120. If we can break over that, potential to wherever those next lines were. I drew that a while ago. Let's see. I don't know where these lines are from, so we can probably delete it. Yeah, so on the daily chart, you can see a clear gap. So you may have some room up to 180 if we do start to open up. We may have some room up to 185. But it's got to get back over $1. It's got to have some massive volume. It's got to be one of the main kind of attention grabbers of the day. So we'll see. Kind of under VWAP here. I definitely want to hold the support and start curling up. We got about 5 minutes here. Which one am I going to watch here? Which one am I going to watch? I seriously have no idea. So we had LFLY, NBY, TNON, XPON, BNZI. Nothing looks A+ right now. You enter TNON at 6.8. Yeah, we're not gonna have a volume yet until the open for sure. NBY curling back up slightly. I think NBY could be good. Highest traded candle here is 1.1 million pre-market. Not bad. But so far trending down here in the volume. We're gonna want to see at the open this to be like this like volume candle. I like to look at the volume profile for the first 5 minutes. The first minute or first 2 minutes of the open to see which stock is getting the most relative volume. And that's sort of the stock that I trade for the opening range. And you never really know until the open. So, you know, if this is going to be the volume leader for the opening range, kind of the highest relative volume leader, I want to see this candle, like this volume candle, just straight all the way up. And this is to be like so minimized that, you know, just completely overtakes the volume here. That's kind of what I look for the opening range, to choosing the right stock for the opening range. All right, so you got about 3 minutes here. Probably just going to sit tight, see which one has the leading relative volume, and then probably try to trade the range on it. So good luck, follow your rules. Let's not try to give back everything we've made on the week. If you guys are green, so far nothing's too strong yet, but maybe something will open up into the open. So good luck, follow your rules.